Hi everyone. Today's going to be something a little bit different, a little different kind of video that I was planning to make a different type of style of this video, but I decided to make a tier list since I can record now on my laptop. So in this video, I'll be ranking every single Arknights character that has been released so far in the global server. So I'll not be including any operators that have not been released after the Scotty Altar and Calcid banner. As you can see, I've already put the row of not released operators yet, and all the operators on this tier list are not going to be ranked. So, okay, what I meant to say was the other operators that are already released in CN are not on this tier list yet. I've also ranked the integrated strategies operators just because I don't think they fit well in the tier list. I also decided to rank every single male operator from best to worst, and if you're wondering why I put every single male operator in its own tier list, please watch my summoning video because it explains why I hate every single male operator now. I'm sorry if there's a lot of you who love some of these male operators, but after my experience with the recent banner, I just can't rank any of them higher than any other operators. I also say to rank all the robots. The robots are an exception because they're pretty like normal and such. So yeah, here are the tier list ranks. This is a very like opinion based tier list, so feel free to disagree with me at all costs because I'm going to definitely be one of the most controversial people to talk to if you are saying what the best operator is. And this is technically sort of a waifu tier list, if you may, but I decided to take other things into consideration other than my personal opinion on them. Anyways, this is going to take a while, so there's not going to be any editing, nothing like that yet. So this will just be the whole thing through, no cuts, no like editing, like I said, and yeah. So let's just get started. It's gonna be a while. We're gonna be here for like maybe an hour if we keep this up and we have to explain everything. I'm not gonna go to like a ship and like read like dialogues and such, since I'm gonna try to phase this off of like how my understanding is. I will again, some operators are going to be more lenient toward my experience with them, and then some operators are going to be more lenient toward what I've seen from them, since I don't own every single operator in the entire game. Alright, let's just get all that disclaimer out of the way. So let's just get started with this tier list. So once again, I've ranked every single male operator from best to worst. As you can see, yeah, it's pretty standard. I hope you can understand that. Alright, let's go without further delay. Alright, first operator up is Amiya. She is the main character of Arknights and the face of the entire Arknights community. Amiya is great. We have great connection with Amiya. We've met her from the start, we've known her for a while, and she's gone through a lot of character development. That being said, though, not a lot of people will consider a waifu more of like a daughter figure in like most people's situations, but most of the time you want to look at Ami and be like, you just want to thank her for everything that she's done for you and the amount of character development that she's been through. So I think that she fits well in Great Connection. Some people might put her up a tier, but I'm gonna keep her there for now. Chen, she hasn't come home yet, so I don't know yet. I think at the start of the game I really liked Chen, but now as the game progressed and I haven't even gotten her and we haven't seen much of her in the story relevance. However, the ones that she was in were big parts, but in the end though, I just don't see my liking in Chen. And also she's been underpowered in the game, but then again, we're gonna see that later when we get to like the 2-year anniversary, which we'll be talking about like later. I put her down here for now. If this was like day when I first started playing, she'd probably be up here, but as time progressed, yeah, sorry. Sora, I used to like Sora a lot, but then she like most of her connections in Penguin Logistics, like it feels a little bit stale compared to the other members of Penguin Logistics, and it doesn't seem like she has a big part in it. Like, of course she does, because she is part of the group, and such, but I think I'll put her down here. I think that's a good spot. Next up is Texas. I think Texas has great connection with the Doctor, and she's really reserved to herself compared to the other members of Pink Logistics, which is something to consider. And yeah, I think she's more like calm and really easy to like do along with, if you know what I mean. Overrate. I'm sorry. I'm already getting heated. Exu, I don't like anymore. I used to really like Exu, but then she was super overhyped. Like, I know she's pretty much the best thing. Actually, technically, Ash is better than Exu. There's a difference, but Exu, I know she changes a bit when you eat to her, but I can't with the like everyone likes Exu, and I just can't. I'm putting her down there. I'm sorry. Franca, I actually like a lot, and I actually consider. I actually really like Franca. I didn't get her. I didn't get her really quickly, and I decided to buy her from Distinctions, which is probably not a good idea for a duelist card like Franca, but it was worth it in the end. I got to read a lot about her lore, and she's honestly a really sweet person in my eyes. Liscarm is a little bit behind Franca, but I will put her in front of Amia, just because Liscarm is a bit. Yeah, she's really, she's really dependable to the Doctor, and she's like very nice as well. So yeah, again, some of these I'm gonna go by really quickly, and some of them I'm gonna have to like say a whole paragraph on them, just because that's just how some of the operators are. Silence is I'm indifferent with Silence. I would almost put her in hate, but I think I've only put her in hate just because she keeps popping up in recruitment, and I want a Warfarin or Telopsis. Well, okay, not Telopsis anymore because I have Telopsis at max spot. We don't talk about that yet. But Silence was my first 5-star medic to max spot, and she was the 5-star medic I used the least, apart from Breeze, but I didn't even get to build Breeze because I already had Perfumer raised, and I didn't think I needed Breeze. But yeah, Silence is like the drone's cool, and her connection with Zarya is awesome, but I can't like her as a character. Gitano, she's an okay operator. I think I'll put her in kind of like. There's not that much to talk about with Gitano, honestly. There really isn't. She's a little bit connections with some of the operators. I think with like, I'm probably no. I'm just gonna shut my mouth because I'm probably gonna be terribly wrong with it. Deep color. As much as the meme, okay. If you don't know what the meme is, watch one of my Runback and Rosemontis banner videos. You'll explain why I like have this weird connection with deep color, but aside from that, she's actually not a bad operator, not gonna lie. So I'll put her up in kind of like, I'll put her in front of Sora actually, because she's kind of caring in a way, but at the same time she kind of creeps me out. But that's just me. Siege. Here's the thing, Siege was my first 6-star Vanguard. And I barely used her. I was mainly using Myrtle and Texas. I used her once, and that was in CC0, Operation Burnland, when I didn't even have Texas or Zima, and all I had was Myrtle and Siege and Courier, and I didn't even use Courier in CC0. And Siege is good, but I feel like at the same time, she's just super underpowered compared to operators like Saga and Bagpipe, and Bagpipe's not even in the same subclass as Siege. So I think Siege has fallen off, and her personality, like, a lot of people get to like her a bit, especially when they start playing the game, but as time progresses you kind of like lose sight of her. So I'm gonna say indifferent, but in front of Exu for now. She's a likable character, but not for me. Zima, I didn't really like Zima at first, but then after the Children of Ursus story event happened, I started to get a connection with all the operators in that event. She's actually really like caring person, and even though she doesn't show it that much in battle, she kind of has this like leader vibe, if you know what I mean. And that's pretty cool. I think I'll put Zima in kind of like, I'll put her in the front actually. Plus her skins that she got is pretty good. I'm pretty sure there's another one coming out too. I hate her. First, absolutely hate. I don't know why, but there's just I see no liking qualities from her, and she's just super boring. I don't like her. And gameplay wise, she's basically Forrester Ansel. And if you know me, I don't even like Ansel. Did I even put Ansel in the freaking? I didn't. I don't really like Ansel that much. See, even I forgot to put Ansel in the freaking male operators list. That's how blind I am. And remember that Ansel's a trap, so yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking about it. Sure, you can actually kind of like, but I don't know much about her. She was my first 4-star operator that I got from the game. She was the first she was the first operator that I got from headhunting from when I first started through the game, and I barely use her because I have Meteorite, M3, and W. So she's really hard to use, but I will definitely try to raise her up because that arts damage is pretty good, and the extra damage is actually really nice. Okay, Hibiscus is not really that. I think at the start you start to like Hibiscus a lot, but then her personality gets like super bland and everything, and you just don't really feel anything from her. I'm putting her in indifferent, but I'll put her in front of Exu because Exu, again, overrated. Hibiscus not overrated. She's only like overrated at the start of the game. Lava, there's a little bit more character development in Lava. We'll talk about that when we get to Purgatory, but at the same time, Lava doesn't have that much going for her. But after you get her to max trust and such, you start to understand her more. I think she is a bit better than Hibiscus, but not by much. I'll put her actually in the front of indifferent. She almost can go in kind of like, but that's Bugle I despise. I'm sorry. I can't take Bugle seriously. I'm sorry. Moving on. Fang, okay, I have a super soft spot for all the Vanguards in this game, especially the 3-star ones, because Vanguards are they are seen as weak guards, but they generate DP, and some of them have like special unique skills that can debuff. Some of them block 1, some of them block 0, some of them block 2, and there's a lot of uniqueness for every single Vanguard in the game. And Fang is Fang is one of those like Vanguards. She's very simple to use, and that's really good with her. She's like the most simple Vanguard to play on the field because she's so straightforward, and that actually makes her a very likable operator because all you have to do is just deploy her down. She blocks 2. She's not too tanky, so don't put her in too harm's way. And yeah, I think that just makes her a really likable Vanguard. I'll put her right here. Cruz, as much as the memes say it, Cruz is not really a good operator, like lore-wise or character-wise, but she's a really strong sniper as a 3-star, but she's kind of So I'll put her in indifferent and behind Lava. Like, a lot of people love Cruz because of her meme, and yeah, but I'm I'm not like that for a lot of things, so yeah. Meteor, I'm pretty indifferent Meteor. I know some people actually really like Meteor. I did not really get to use Meteor that much, so I'll just put her in indifferent, but yeah. Still, I wish I could like Estelle more. I really do, but something about Estelle just doesn't sit well with me, and I haven't built her up anyway. She's like an AoE guard, but she's in such a tough position as an AoE guard because Blaze and Spectre are like the meta, and Estelle's nowhere close to meta in my eyes. But she's still really good operator nonetheless, like lure-wise and personality-wise. But it's just hard to. But I'll put her in the back, kind of like. But like, she's really hard to like get into as an operator, if you know what I mean. Because like AoE guards, 4-star and below are just hard to use in my eyes. Telopsis is the first to go in to the top of the tier. Telopsis is the one and only healer I believe, changed the game. Especially with specialty operators like Nightingale, Shining, Warfarin. Telopsis was the game changer in many events. Just because of that talent and her strong heal. I think that Telopsis is an all-around, like, you can bring any stage with a Telopsis and it makes things so much easier. Especially in CC, like, the soundtrack going right now, CC Blade, she was very good for it. CC Pirate, also very good for it because of the extra SP that we had to need. She's just very versatile, and she's actually strong multi-medic healer. I mean, multi-target medic, and I feel like that there's a lot to like about Telopsis, and her personality is really sweet as well. Alright, enough about Telopsis. I'm gonna shut up. Blue Poison, a great connection. Honestly, she has that toxic personality, but you're the only one who can accept her in a way where she can connect with you, and I think that's awesome. I don't think she connects as much as Liskarm, but she definitely has a deep connection compared to Omnia, but that's just me. Some people can say it different, but Blue Poison is an awesome operator. Doberman, I am indifferent with. That's all I gotta say. There's nothing I can really like about Doberman. Oh my gosh, she is adorable. I know a lot of people like are annoyed with her voice, but I actually really like her. And I want to E2 her one day because she's actually a really cool operator. She's awesome. I want to relure more into her lore actually. Yeah, I definitely want to. Ifrit. I feel like she's on the same page as Siege, in my opinion. I don't think she's Exu level where she's overrated. She's just not for me. I feel like she's like good for like the first couple of days you get her, but as time goes on, you just kind of forget about her. So I'll put her in front of Siege. Hoshi, same thing. I don't even have Hoshi, and I feel like you only care about Hoshi if you're like a long-term fan of Hoshi. Like you've started with Hoshi and then went straight for it, or you're one of those people that like get Hoshi, but you realize you're not gonna really use her that much. But she is the better 6-star defender compared to Nian, so that is saying something. She is meta, but she's a little bit different in the sense that, okay, in my eyes, I don't think Hoshiguma is one that I would like personally like get into just because I don't even have Hoshi. So I'm putting Hoshi in front of Siege but behind Ifrit. Bee Hunter I despise, I hate her, but not as much as Beagle. I just don't like Bee Hunter. Even with the story. Sorry. Lap, honestly, she's like Exu. Like she was a bit overrated, but in a different way. She fell off of meta due to the silence being super nerfed as time goes on, because there's so many things she just got slapped on with the silence immunity, and then her second skill with her inconsistent arts damage started to become less and less usable. And even though she has a unlimited duration skill as her first skill, that physical dodge is kind of it's a little bit less than you think for a 5-star operator like Lap. But I will say that she's way better than Exu. She's not as good as Texas, in my eyes. So I'm putting her in kind of like right here. Yeah. Haze, I love Haze. I love everything about Haze. I went through so much character development in her. So, okay, the story was, I played Integrated Strategies, Chaos Song I missed. I saw Haze as my free caster, so I decided to choose Haze because I didn't have any hope for Aya, who I usually grab. And I started using Haze, and I E2'd her with one of those tickets, and oh my gosh, it's so, she was really, her voice, I just think that her skill 2 is so risky, but so like powerful and like rewarding, if you know what I mean. And that character development helped me connect with her, and I read into her lore, and she's honestly like, she may seem like a bad person, but she's actually really sweet in my eyes. And yeah, I have a lot of character development haze, which makes me really like her. Spectre. I think as time goes on, I'm starting to see something in Spectre that I didn't think I was gonna see in her, like the first day I got her. So when I got Spectre, actually, I was actually very happy, but I feel like I got her like too late to the point where like I just couldn't use her. Because I was planning to get her for CC beta, but I got her during CC beta, which means I couldn't really like build her at the time being because I just ET'd Scotty to help do with the casters in that stage. But yeah, I think but Spectre's a really cool operator, and getting into the recent event in Untitled with the Abyssal Hunters thing, I think Spectre's a phenomenal operator. I think I'll put her at bottom of Good Great Connection, because there's a lot that she holds in it. Red. I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this one, but I think Red is a little bit overhyped, and I don't like Red that much. I know so many people love Red, though, and I can see why, but not for me. Not for me, I'm sorry. I'm pretty indifferent with Red, but she's like, I think she's pretty much at the same level as Exu, but a little bit less because Red is a 5-star, and not as many people will remember Red compared to Exu. But Red is a very good fast to play specialist. Like, she can be better than Phantom in some cases, because for Phantom, her skill 3 is a little bit different, as it's a RNG chance for bind, stun, and slow. Where Red is, if you M3 it, it's a guaranteed 3-second stun. Yeah, Province. A lot of people are kind of think that she's kind of meh, but in my eyes, I'm starting to like really like her, to the point where I think she has great connection with Doctor. Probably more than Spectre, less than Texas though. Shining. I don't really like Shining that much, even though she's a very nice operator. But I just feel like we don't have that character development from her yet. Because we don't really get to know much about her sword, other than some of her character stories. And even when the Mario Neural event came out, we didn't get to read much about her, I don't think. I might have to go back on that actually, because I didn't get to read too much about Mario Neural's event. So I'm putting her in indifferent for now, but above Ifrit. Neural. A lot of people like Neural. I personally don't really. I personally don't really care about her skin that much. That's why I didn't buy it. But I think Neural's a decent operator, and she's starting to have a lot more connection. And then there's some things that came out today about her, but I'm not gonna spoil anything about it. But yeah, Neural is definitely a character that I kind of like, and there's gonna be a lot of character development coming out soon for her. I'll put her behind Shen for now. That could change though. Scavenger, indifferent. I don't have to say anything about that. Quora, I have a lot of deep connection with Quora just because she was my first operator I E2'd and the first operator I M3'd. Just because I was a newer player and CC beta was coming out. I played during March and CC beta came out like June to July area, and I didn't have much time to prepare as I was still trying to get into the game. So Quora was my main defender for the most part. Even when I got Liskarm early, I just didn't think I had the mats to E2 Liskarm, and I still haven't E2'd Liskarm just because to the point where the increased res is awesome, but I don't use Liskarm as much, and I haven't SP battery in a while. I feel like Quora is more of like a base defender because she has way more defense than Liskarm, and Liskarm is a more specialty defender where you can SP battery and she can do arts damage and such, and she's a little bit more risky. So I think Quora for me, I'll put her at near the top of kind of like. I do have great connection with Quora, but not too much anymore. Myrtle, I definitely have great connection with Myrtle. Obviously, she helped me out very well when CC beta came out, and I got her on the on the joint operation banner of that one. I think a lot of people saw that video as well. But yeah, Myrtle is great connection operator. I think more so than Texas in my eyes. Indra, I know nothing about you. I'm sorry. Rare operator, kind of eh. Firewatch, I forgot Firewatch was like. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting Firewatch was like an operator back then. Like people used Firewatch back then because of her skill 2, and she was really relevant in CC beta because of her skill 1 because she goes invisible. But have you seen many videos of people using Firewatch? I don't really see any now. And like she's a cool operator, but I just don't see relevancy anymore. And I don't know if we're gonna get any more relevancy from her. But at the same time, she's a pretty cool operator. So I'll put her in kind of like, well, same deal with Indra. I have no idea who you are. Probably less, yeah. Nightmare. If it wasn't for a certain Korean Arknights YouTuber that I watched, I wouldn't have liked Nightmare this much. Because I always thought I always thought Nightmare was scary because of her dual personality issue, but she's super adorable, and I'm starting to use her a bit more just because like I feel like she deserves a chance, and she's a more specialty caster because she can heal, but she can also slow. I'm not gonna say that she can do true damage because she kind of counteracts her own abilities with her skill 2, so I'll just say that she slows for a bit, and it's honestly not that bad. And the fact that if healers are banned, you could bring a Nightmare if like things are rough, and she could heal. And although her downtime is super bad, you can just redeploy her, and that's usually much faster than having to wait 80 seconds, I think. So yeah, Nightmare. Again, if it wasn't for a certain Korean Arknights YouTuber, I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. I wouldn't have liked Nightmare so much. So yeah, Nightmare goes on top of kind of like. Actually, no, great connection. Yeah, Skyfire. On par with Telopsis, very close to beating her out. Skyfire is the definition of, for me, wife over meta. She was the first operator where I was like, I really like Skyfire, but I know she's not that good because AoE casters are kind of in a weird spot other than Ifrit. And I know they're getting buffed soon, but still, even then, Skyfire was just like the first operator that I just was like, wife over meta. Because the only casters that were good were the single target casters, because Omnia was very good, Aya was obviously very broken, Ifrit is a different type of AoE caster where she has a straight line and debuffs, and even Mostima, who was out like during when I got Skyfire. It was kind of, I mean, we kind of already saw how underpowered Mostima was, even though she was relevant in CC beta for the caster strat. She wasn't relevant any other time. Same with Skyfire. She was never really relevant in CC or any other content, but I'm gonna be honest, her skill 2 is very strong. If you, I have it at M3, and it's really crazy. Like, it's not like Silver Ash Surtur level, but it's really good for what she can deliver, and the downtime and uptime is very good. Warfarin. This is for Chafe from TWNJ. Awesome waifu. 10 out of 10. In my eyes, I'm not gonna put her at the top because she's like, she doesn't has this character development that Chafe has. But she's still a really cool operator. I think she gets a great connection right next to Blue Poison. And I know her whole like restraining order thing with like trying to wanna, you know, I'll just stop there. Cliff Art. Sorry, not for me. However, Premix is Permanix is a lot better in my eyes. I actually love Permanix. I think I think it was just mainly her skin and her calm personality. I bought her skin even though I didn't have her, and I was about to buy her from the distinction shop, but I got her from the 10x that she was rated up from because I was desperate for her. And I have her at M3, and she's just so good. And I know Shamar is better in most ways, but I prefer Premnix over Shamar, just because Premnix can help with like res debuff as well, and most of the time you're gonna do res debuff because the percentage isn't like mathing for that. It's a little bit different. I don't want to get nerdy with you guys with that, so I'll stop there. Speaking of arts damage, Nightingale. I'm starting to really have a deep connection with Nightingale. I'm so happy I E2'd her. I really am. I'm putting her up here. Here's the thing, CC Spectrum's coming out very soon, and I'm so ready for it. And my most hated map's gonna be on there, which is Area 6 Ruins. I'm getting my revenge on it with Nightingale. Nightingale's gonna be super helpful for those casters. It's mainly the casters and W that screw me over. Even the snipers were even worse because they did so much attack speed back then. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more attack speed anyway. So yeah, Nightingale, ready. Also, coming soon, CC East Armory video coming out very soon, I promise. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna keep this short. Polarisu, 10 out of 10 waifu for you, but for me, I'm keeping her down there. Perfumer, I love Perfumer. I really love Perfumer. She was the first AoE healer, obviously, because she's 4-star, and she's like the lowest rarity for her archetype, and Breeze wasn't out yet, so there wasn't any like easier free ones to get, and the only competitor that she has was Telopsis, which is harder to get, but way more powerful than her, and Nightingale, which is a specialty healer who can help with res damage. I mean, res resistant, which can help with resistance, my bad. Perfumer, she's different because her talent, very powerful, and is said to be better than any other healer talent other than Telopsis's, because she can heal enemy guards and defenders as well. The operators that can't be healed by allies, which is awesome because she basically acts as Angelina if you don't have Angelina, and she's 4-star, which is even more better. I have her at E2 and she's awesome. I think I'm like one of the only people who actually like Perfumer's E2. Like a lot of people like her E1 art more. Earth Spirit, I have no idea who you are. I'm indifferent. Again, some of these are gonna go by quickly. She's adorable, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm YouTubing her just because of that as well. Same deal with May. I really want to read her. I really want to read into her lore and story because she deserves it. And she's also not too power crept yet because the arts damage she deals and then her debuff that she does as well. It's pretty good. Gavio. I'm starting to. A lot of people like Gavio, but even with the Gavio Grief Chief Returns event, not for me. But she's a little bit more likable than some of the other operators out there, so I put her in kind of like Vermeil. I don't know much about Vermeil, but she's not the worst operator in the game. But I think she has like good connection to some of the other operators, and I think she's like pretty decent to the Docta as well. So I'll put her here. Plume, again, soft spot for all the Vanguards. Plume is probably the least of the three stars, but I'll put her next to Fang because I think she's the strongest out of the three 3-star Vanguards in my eyes. And that's just my opinion. Remember that. Frostleaf. All right. Real talk here. I think Frostleaf deserves a buff. So there's going to be buffs during the CN. There's like, okay. Let me explain. For CN, we're gonna get for CN. They had buffs happening in their summer event, and it included duelist guards, AoE casters, chain casters, wide range medics, and other operators. It didn't include Frostleaf though. I believe Frostleaf should deserve a buff because Edian, 4-star range guard, 100 times better than Frostleaf. I think Frostleaf's mechanics deal with her slow and bind, and the others deal with like arts damage or massive physical damage, such as Silver Ash and Thorns. Actually, Thorns can deal arts damage when I may talk about. Lapland has inconsistent arts damage, but it's powerful. Midnight and Audion, they have arts damage. Frostleaf is in she's such an awkward spot, but she's honestly a really cool operator. No pun intended. I'll put her in kind of like because she deserves a little bit more in my eyes. Estina, I don't like Estina that much, even with the story. It didn't really help her that much. Gumi, I actually like Gumi. I actually prefer Gumi over Neural sometimes, actually. But yeah, I actually do prefer Gumi over Neural most of the time. Just because she's a little bit easier to use, and for some reason the RNG stun can be really strong. I was about to cuss. I'm sorry. I might cuss though when we get to some operators that I absolutely despise though. Nian. Super indifferent with Nian. I'm like on one side I really like her, but on the other side I'm like, why? Her closest competitor is like Mudrock, because they both have shields, but Mudrock had regenerate her shield while Nian only has 3 shields to start, and then it's just gone. And while she has the most max HP compared to every single other defender, it's not going to do much when she's dealt with arch damage, because she mainly just increases physical defense to your operators in her radius when she activates her skill 3. And while she does silence and do arch damage with her other skills, it's not as like, it's such a weird niche because like you have to know how well she can tank before knowing that. So I think Nan also, her personality is kind of all over the place. So I'm putting her in indifferent, but very highly. Croissant, I'm indifferent with her. Again, she's like that one ping logistics member. It was like, how? So yeah, down here. Zarya, I'm gonna get a lot of slack with Zarya, but as much as how broken Zarya is as a defender, I don't see her as a good operator, like lore wise and such. And I know a lot of people love Zarya. I can name like 3 YouTubers, but oh man, I'm sorry. I think Zarya is in like that area. I think she's in like this kind of area where like it's like the 6 stars where you like for like a couple of days, and then like you either forget about them or you just don't like them that much. I think she's above Ifrit though, in my eyes. Platinum. We need a okay, hold on. We need a moment of silence for Platinum. We need a moment of silence for Platinum. As her voice actor changed, she's been through a lot. She has been through a lot. And we can only move forward from here. Regardless, Platinum has always been my favorite sniper in the game. And that's not going to change. Even with the replaced voice actor. Her personality is super amazing. Her summer suit is beautiful as hell. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Platinum will forever be my favorite sniper, no matter how much she has changed. Today, we had the voice acting change, and it's gonna be experience for sure. Platinum. We love you. Please continue being you. Platinum at the top with Skyfire and Telopsis. Alright. If you're not aware yet on why Melanth is my favorite operator in the game, I'll explain in a couple sentences. I started playing Arknights when quarantine started, and I was nervous about starting a second gacha game because Food Fantasy was my current gacha game, and I felt like if I played more than one gacha game, I would be unfocused on school. I'd be unfocused on actually being able to move forward in life. But as quarantine started, I've had more free time to do stuff since I'm not physically at school, and I'd be able to do homework during class, which is something that not a lot of people can do. I usually did homework after school, which meant that I had less time to game. But during quarantine, when all classes were online or it was like hybrid, I was able to have so much more free time to do stuff like this. And I played Arknights specifically on Pi Day, which was March 14th, which was actually the Saturday of the day after we were forced into quarantine. And that's when I started playing Arknights. And Melantha was the sole reason why I stuck with Arknights. She was the whole reason why I decided to even keep going, and the sole reason why I'm here making Arknights videos. I am not Kiosted. I would never portray Melantha. I mean, technically Kiosted hasn't portrayed Melantha, but he has other waifus. I mean, come on, in the Sasith video about who's your favorite Arknights waifu, he chose Nian over Melantha. So, I'm just saying, for me, your first waifu is always your best waifu in any gacha game. And Melantha will never change, especially with the whole Scotty Alter issue that I'm having right now. But we'll get to that afterwards. Melantha will be my favorite operator in the game, period. Never will change. Also, please get her skin, and please get her skin when CC Spectrum comes around. If you haven't gotten it already, it looks so good on her. Alright, enough about me simping for Melantha. Cardigan, super adorable, has connection with my waifu as well, and very cute. She deserves to be E2'd. I'm just gonna say it right now, she deserves to E2. Most Zima, unlike Exu, she's not overhyped, but I know a lot of people like Most Zima. She's only underpowered in my eyes. She's very underpowered, which is upsetting. But she's very caring to the Doctor, even though she friend-zones you. And a lot of other Arknights YouTubers already covered that. But she's still super caring to you, which is very nice in my eyes. I think she deserves to be right here. Yeah, Manticore. I already mentioned this to Seath. 10 out of 10 waifu. But just like Chafe and Polarisu. Not mine. But she has great connection with Docta, because she's like oddly out there, and she just seems left out compared to other operators. Oh yeah, by the way, respect to Chen Delcy. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Chen Delcy. Yeah, Manticore is she seems left out, and when she reaches out to Docta, she seems to connect with Docta a lot. Meteorite, my first 5-star operator. I have a really great connection with Meteorite up on the top. She was my first 5-star operator, and even though I have W, I prefer Meteorite over W any day. Meteorite is just she's super consistent damage, because she doesn't have to rely on stun damage like W, and some enemies are immune to stun. Meteorite just goes physical DPS, physical damage, and it's awesome. Let's move on. She has probably one of the best events in the game in my eyes. connection with, I mean, we get to see Big Bob, Big Adam, and we get to a little glimpse of Mudrock in that as well. And yeah, I think her event was awesome. But yeah, I think she's a great connection with Doctor. But she also has a great connection with another 6-star operator we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, she goes right here. Savage. She has a great connection with Doctor. I will say that. She honestly is the same thing as Amia. And while not a lot of people know about Savage because she's like super underpowered, she's still a really cool operator in my eyes. I think she goes here. Yeah. I wouldn't even put her up here actually. I actually don't really like Savage that much, but she has great connection with Doctor. But and her story, it's a little bit underwhelming, but it's enough to see her like more than just an AoE guard and an operator. And yeah, she's underpowered for sure, but like she's definitely a really cool and sweet operator. Jessica, again, she honestly is like the same thing as Savage and Amia with their connection with Doctor. However, she's a little bit less likable since I mean, she might be more likable or less likable depending on who you are. But for me, it makes her a little bit less likable. But she's still a good operator nonetheless. Rope. I have some connection with Rope. I read her lore, and I also read her story from when we got the operator files. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel bad for her. So yeah, I put Rope right here. Yeah, here. Gravel. Again, this one's like Niam, where I'm like half and half with her. Because like, a lot of people love Gravel, but at the same time, like, really? I'm gonna put her in kind of like. I think she does deserve the love that she has. But yeah, it's a little bit hard. Vanilla is my favorite of the 3 Vanguards. And I'm sad that she gets freaking hated on by literally everyone in the community because she sucks compared to the other 2. In my opinion, she could be the strongest out of the 3 because of her attack. Although she does technically regain the least amount of DP since Plume attacks things really quickly. She can gain more DP faster than Vanilla. And Fang, I think, does 7 or 8 on every activation, while Vanilla only does like 5 or 6, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, sorry. But Vanilla is my favorite of the 3. And is my 3rd favorite 3-star in the game. As you can see, my 3 favorite 3-stars are ranked. And that's not going to change. Feeder. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of Feeder compared to a lot of other people. But that doesn't mean she's a bad operator. I think she deserves to be in Kino Lake, but not anywhere higher. Yeah. No, here. Mayor. Same thing with Feeder. I know a lot of people like Mayor. I don't like Mayor. Sorry. But yeah, I think I'm indifferent with Mayor. I don't know why. I don't like her voice that much. I don't know, her personality is kind of, honestly, she's down here. Okay, hold on. I need to pause the music real quick. Single worst operator in the game. Period. No discussions. Nothing else. Terrible operator. The worst operator in the entire game. If you don't know, watch my Arcado video, watch my Scotty Alter video. It says it all. She deserves her own tier. Let's move on before I start demonetizing this video. Magalyn. I don't have Magalyn, and I don't know much about her, but she's honestly super sweet and from what I've seen. And I think she's more likable than Mayor, but not more likable than Scene, which we'll talk about in a bit. But she's definitely more likable than deep color compared to the other stuff. Yeah, I think. So yeah, she goes up here. Durnar, I want. Durnar's a weird one. Durnar's a really weird one. Cause like, I used her a little bit during CC beta, and I actually really liked using her. But at the same time, I don't really like know too much about her to the point where I can like her. But she's a decent operator when I've known. So I think I'll just cut it there, and then I'll put her in kind of like, yeah, Reed. I want to build Reed because again, I have a soft spot for Vanguards, and she's a very unique one too. And yeah, I feel like she's a super underrated operator in my eyes. She's really super underrated operator. Yeah, I'm putting her in kind of like, because like she's like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Scotty. The guard version saved my life. Best 6-star in the game. Character wise, not gameplay wise. Gameplay wise, she's probably one of the worst 6-stars in the game. I know this because again, waifu meta. But even when the game first came out, I didn't hear people talk about how bad Scotty is, like gameplay wise. I just decided to build her because I really liked her and her personality. Anyways, let's keep going. Estacia also was on top, in front of Platinum, but yeah, if it wasn't for Taktas, I wouldn't have liked Estacia this so much. I think Estacia EXC was the first EXC I saw from Taktas. And oh my gosh, I'm glad it was the first one. And now I know she's overpowered by both Gardemia and Surtur. I still would often use her though, because she's so aesthetically pleasing to look at. Okay, that was really bad wording for me. Like she's just physically really pretty. That's what I want to say. So I'm just gonna stop that there. Anyways, Breeze, I'm indifferent with because I don't know much about Breeze. I'm sorry. Shaw, indifferent. Again, she's like Cruz, where she's like the Mimi thing going on. Orchid, I'm starting to hate. I really am starting to hate Orchid. Sorry. Poppycar, I'm indifferent with Poppycar, but I feel like I like her a bit more than some of the other 3-stars in the game. I just wish I can connect with her more. Catapult, I despise. I absolutely despise Catapult. Matorimaru, I'm starting to despise as well. Yeah, I'm sorry. I try to like Matorimaru, but as time progressed, I just started to hate her. I'm sorry. Vigna, FBA open up meme. The only one that actually is like fitting and it's actually kind of cute. Yeah. Angelina. Please. Angelina, can you please arrive my summonings and not another freaking passenger, please? I really want to have an Angelina on my account just because I know the connection that she has with Doctor. But please arrive on my account so I don't have to look at another passenger. Oh my gosh. If that was okay. I just want to say this right now. If that passenger was a Thorns, I wouldn't even be ranting about male operators. And if that mountain was a Thorns, I would still be ranting about passenger, but I wouldn't be ranting about male operators in general. And furries for that matter. It all started with that waifu. I'll just say that. Screw like Susuro. Funny meme. Not that funny. Kinda funny. Ambril, she has such a great connection with Doctor. If you haven't read her lore and such, you need to. It's really good. Swire also has great connection with Doctor, more so than Chen actually, which is kind of crazy. In my eyes, I know actually for some people Chen might have more connection than Swire in their eyes. I think she has close to Amiya's connection. Glaucus, it's I'm gonna be honest, Glaucus is underrated as heck. She's so underrated. I think she's lowest in Great Connection, but she's super underrated. I'll just say that. I'll keep that short. Shorts, also, same as Glaucus. I think she's Great Connection with Ducta. At the same time. I think I'll put Swartz right here. She has okay. I guess since I ranked Schwartz, I'll talk about Ceylon. Schwartz has great connection with Ceylon, which Schwartz's duty is to protect Ceylon. And when you came around, Schwartz was very hesitant on. I wouldn't say hesitant, but like she was kind of like. She's kind of like hoping that you were there to also protect Ceylon, and then that's when Schwartz kind of like had a good connection with the Doctor. And I can't say the same thing with Ceylon because since she was just there and then we were just protecting Ceylon. But Ceylon's still a really nice operator. Unfortunately, she kind of sucks though, gameplay wise, which is why she's getting buffed. But yeah. There's still a lot of operators to go. This video is gonna be so long, I'm sorry. I would make timestamps if I could, but it's so much work, and I'm already stressed out with college stuff, guys. The reason why I wanted to make this video was because I was planning to do like a 5-part video, actually 4-part video of going over every single operator I've owned, and I was, again, it would have been a cool idea, but it's just so much work, and again, I have to make CC videos for you guys too, so it's a lot of work. This is why I see YouTube as a side thing. If I did this as my main thing, there'd just be a lot of stress, and I'm already stressing out doing this and college. So again, I'm just trying to post videos as much as I can, but also not overwork myself. Anyways, enough about me. Let's continue on. Greythroat, relevant to chapter 6, but other than that, kind of underwhelming in my eyes. However, her story is kind of saddening and such, but I think she goes here. Yeah. Snowsaunt, nothing much I can say about her. I'm really indifferent with her. Durin, I mean, I wish I kind of liked her a bit more, but there's not much I can really like about Durin. Kind of indifferent. Yato, I actually kind of like Yato. I really do, but not too much. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. I really am. KOB, I think she's a little bit overhyped, and I don't know if I like her that much. I really don't. Her event though, 10 out of 10. Character, I'm very indifferent with KOB. She's like in this kind of tier, but I'm pretty sure she's above them. Yeah. Lacey, she's getting buffed, and her character design's really cool. However, I haven't read much about her story, unfortunately. Played around third for a bit in integrated strategies though. Fun to play with, hard to manage though. I think she goes top of indifferent, honestly. Like she's like really close to kind of like Pure Stream. Nice operator, really nice operator. I think she goes up here. Yeah. I decided to support the W. I decided to support during that collab, so I got Pure Stream, and I'm really happy I got Pure Stream. I really am. Bagpipe, a lot of connection with Doctor. I actually love Bagpipe. I really wish she didn't come out during Burnland though, because that CC was really bad. I'm really 50-50 with these Z contracts, because like there's a good amount of them where I just was like super happy with, but then there were just a lot of them that just like sucked in my eyes. And then again, Bibi came out during that CC too. I think she's coming up really soon. Yeah, she's next. But yeah, Bagpipe coming out during Burnley was really bad timing, but she's a great operator nonetheless. Same with Bibik. Bibik is actually like in love in my eyes because she's a really nice operator, really caring, and yeah, I I think if it wasn't for integrated strategies, Vivek wouldn't have been so badass. Because honestly, she was like the meta in integrated strategies. Once you get that book, where she just, oh my gosh, it was so funny. Oh, I love Vivek. Really fun to use, and honestly, she may seem bland personality wise, but honestly, she's really nice. Utage. Well, a lot of her think she has big personality. You know what I mean? I'm kind of mad with her, but she's still really likable. So right here, how do I rate conviction? How do I rate conviction? I think I put conviction and hate because what am I supposed to like about conviction? Yeah, Shamar. Again, Shamar I don't like as much as Praminix, but she isn't a bad operator by any means. I think I put Shamar in. I think I'll put her on lower end of kind of like, yeah, like right here probably. Still decent operator though. Cutter. I used to really like Cutter a lot. Now I'm kind of like indifferent with her, which is unfortunate. And it's really weird that she's a duelist card because it looks like she attacks once, but she has two swords. Yeah, it hurts. Okay, I wish she wasn't as bland as she is in my eyes. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Sideroka. A little bit indifferent with her actually. I know she's getting a summer skin during the 10 Ultra event. I'm so upset that that's coming out soon. I'm indifferent with Sideroka, even though with her summer skin, I think she's a little bit lower. Yeah. W. As much as everyone loves W, I prefer Meteorite over W any day. I don't see W as a waifu that much. So in my eyes, I think W is honestly in the middle here. But that's just my opinion. You can disagree all you want. Weedy, I love Weedy. Everything about Weedy is awesome. First operator of M9, and I don't regret any of it. All three skills are excellent. Rosa, her event's awesome. I love her. I love the operator. I really want to E2 her though. I haven't E2'd her. Honestly, she's in the tier of like Gumi and such. Yeah, above here. Yeah, up there. Podenko? I mean, considering I didn't have Angelina during CC Pyrite, but I did use her for friend support. I used Podenko a bit in Lead Seal, which was kind of a big mistake because I made that run super scuffed. But yeah, Podenko is pretty cool operator. I think she deserves to be up a little bit because of that. Tsukinogi. I know nothing about Tsukinogi. I'm very indifferent with her, which is sad because she's a decent operator. Asbestos, I don't like Asbestos, I'm sorry. Absent. I think Absence is a bit underrated in my eyes. I really want to build her, but at the same time, I don't know if I'll be able to use her, which sucks. But she's a cool operator, not gonna lie. Right there. Okay. If you don't know, I absolutely despise Click. I absolutely despise Click. Every single time I see Click, bad luck charm, down bad, no. Sorry. in my opinion, she tops Beagle to being the most annoying operator in my eyes. Sorry, I'm ranting on for I'm ranting. I'm just putting her down here. She's not worse than Waifu, but she gives me bad luck charm. I hate her. I tried, like even the times I tried using her during integrated strategies, I just didn't want to use her. She's oh my gosh. She left a sour spot for that, whatever. Anyways, Volnik, I think she's a bit underrated, and she's getting a free skin soon. So yeah, I honestly, actually, does she have like connection with Kaltset? I don't remember. I think I'll put her up here though, because of that. Suzerain, the only 6-star in the Scotty Alter video that I was happy with getting, and I had to pay for her. I already M2'd her. I mean, I already have her at M. No, not. I already have her at E2, and I have her 3rd skill M1 at the moment, but I want to M3 it because I need that for CC5. Yeah, even though I just got Suzerain, no, yeah, up here. She's not close to Great Connection, but really like Suzerain. Scene. My favorite of the summoners. Period. That is a fact. And that'll probably not change until maybe Magalyn comes up, but who knows. Beeswax is... I want to use Beeswax because she's a really cool operator, but it's kind of hard to use her. She's a little bit... she's a little bit quirky in my eyes, so I put her here. I don't know much about her. I'm indifferent. I think she's part of Abyssal Hunters, but I don't remember. Yeah, she's definitely higher than all the 6 stars there, though. Astro Drop, I hate. Sorry. Actually, no. Yeah, I don't. No. Like up here, yeah. Tomimi. I'm indifferent with Tomimi now. I know a lot of people like Tomimi. I'm not. Not for me. I'll honestly lower than all those 6 stars. Flint, I'm indifferent. But she's actually a pretty likable operator now. Because she's getting her, because she got her skin. And also, I'm kind of on her story, but whatever. Eunectus is kind of meh in my eyes, but I know a lot of people like Eunectus. So let's just say Eunectus is... yeah, sure. Surtur. I guess I am becoming a meta slave, but at the same time, it's only Surtur, right? Like, not a lot of these operators are meta, but I think Surtur goes up here. Surtur's a phenomenal operator. I know her personality is kind of mixed, but she certainly has a soft spot. But yeah, I really like Surtur now. It took some time. I know Blaze is not in this tier list, so if I were to put Blaze somewhere, I actually put her in Great Connection. Like, probably in front of Schwartz. Actually, no, behind Schwartz. Another thing about it. So yeah, just imagine Blaze, like, imagine Spectre and Blaze to be, like, the same entity right there. April, super cute. I M3'd her 2nd skill. It's honestly really cool. I actually kind of like, I actually dig her personality. She's like really close to what I'm like. Maybe I have really, maybe that's why I like April so much. Anyways, Mint's kind of like, I think Mint is like Nightmare, where if I didn't watch a certain YouTuber use Mint, then I wouldn't like her so much. But probably down here. Wish Slash, I think, I don't like her that much as much as other people. I think I put her like near the bottom of kind of like, actually no, indifferent, probably, yeah. Bubble, I'm indifferent, probably at the bottom. Blemmy, probably the best of the Probably the best of like the Neural Sisters, just because her like she's a brighter personality and she kind of shows it. But that doesn't mean the other two are bad. The other two are excellent. But let me, I think, yeah, right here. Oh, we're almost done. Let's go. Purgatory. Great lava development here. Awesome development that lava had. And it makes me really like lava a bit way more. But not as much as vanilla. So I think, yeah, pretty close to there. Actually, no, maybe a little bit lower. Yeah. Dusk, way better than Yan in my eyes. Honestly, she would be up here, but I don't see that much connection with Dokta. So I think she goes like near the top of here. Yeah, actually no, one more. Yeah, right next to Aya. I have no idea about Kafka. I'm sorry. I'm kind of indifferent with Kafka, but like probably in the middle right here. Oh, Heavy Rain is kinda. I'm indifferent with Heavy Rain. She looks cool though. Mudrock is pretty cool operator in my eyes. And she's very useful for a lot of contingency contracts. Not in the next one because defenders are banned. But honestly, she has great connection. I think I prefer way more than W in my eyes. But I'll put her at the bottom because she was once her enemy. But I'm just saying. Arketo, I have such a great connection with Arketo. Honestly, no, I love Arketo. I didn't think I'd like Arketo this much, but after playing with her so much, I prefer Arketo's my favorite 6-star sniper. Period. W, nope. X Soup's overrated. Ashe, I'm kind of mad on her, but Arketo, love Arketo. Rosemontis as well. She's like Rosemontis and Arketo are like fighting for best 6-star. But yeah, that's my opinion. Iris, I absolutely love Iris. If you don't know, for the Arketo summoning video, I was mainly pulling for Iris and not Arketo. And the moment I got Iris, I immediately E2'd her just because I loved her. I loved her personality. I loved her design, and her archetype is a bit different. But honestly, it's the first of her kind, and she portrays it very well. Anyways, let's move on. Jackie, main 4-star you get in the Mudrock Bontus banner. I'm kind of indifferent with her now because I don't really like brawlers that much, especially now that I freaking have the 6-star. Yeah, whatever. Saga. Very, very, very controversial opinion, but I think Saga's a bit better than KOB. A little bit. But I only kind of like Saga, but like barely. I think her voice is a bit loud. Toady Fonts I actually am indifferent with. I actually don't like Toady Fonts that much. Rosemontis, great connection with Dokta, right next to Amia. I don't know who you are. You were like the Let's Seal. Yeah, you know what? Let's Seal, in my opinion, was one of the worst CCs in history, just because it made me so infuriated because of how like much stress it put me through. So I'm hoping Spectrum's not like that, and she was a reward in that, and didn't sit well. Whisperin', 5-star healer. I'm kind of indifferent there, actually. She's not that cool in my eyes, but I know some people like her a lot. I mean, she got a free skin. Let's check that out. Pinecone. Dr. Silvergun. 10 out of 10 waifu you got here. Awesome waifu. I want to build Pinecone really badly. Really respectable. And best of her archetype. And she's a 4-star. That's crazy. Actually, no. Now I think about Chen Ultra's coming out. Whatever. As of EN right now, best of her archetype. Rob, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I barely use Trapper Specialist. Beanstalk, professional breeder, but it's like another funny meme thing. It's like Cruz. Ash. I really like Ash's skin. And her personality is pretty nice as well. Yeah, I honestly kind of like Ash. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Frost, a bit better than Robin in my eyes. Like, personality-wise and such. So, yeah, right here. Celts. I'm gonna leave these two for the, I'm gonna leave Celts and Scotty Alter for the end. I'm gonna just rank Akafuyu real quick, though. Honestly, it's funny that we finally got another meme operator in here. Unfortunately, I wish she was a bit more powerful, because enemy guards are super cool. But, I think, yeah, honestly, yeah, she deserves, no. I think she's, like, top of indifferent right now. Gladia. I'm so glad we got a 6-star welfare operator, and the welfare operator is very cool. Although polars can be, like, very situational, she's gonna be very good when wild skills comes out. So I suggest building her, because not only she's good for CC, she's also good for other events in this game. So yeah, I recommend building her up to E2, because she is free operator, which we haven't had before. We haven't had a free 6-star operator. So yeah, I'll put her at the bottom, kind of like for now, because I just started using her. I mean, yeah. All right, final two. I'm gonna need a lot of time for Scotty Alter, but for Calcit, I blame Calcit for giving me a blaze. If you like, if it was Calcit, that would have been fine, but a blaze dupe, really? And it was pot 3, which increased her first talent. Like, yeah, cool, I guess, but sorry, Calcit. Also, I didn't like Walk of the Dust, even though the soundtracks were phenomenal. I'm sorry. I know so many people like Calcit. I think Kaiser loves Calcit, but I can't. I'm like, yeah, I'm like yeah. It's kind of like the most Zima thing, except I think you're the one who kind of like friend zone Calcit and such. But whatever. And the one limited operator who was actually saving for. This is the first limited operator that I've actually wanted. Nian, W, I was pulling for Weedy, but I got W instead. Dusk, I was not even planning for that. Rosemontis, yeah, I think Rosemontis is the closest one. But Mudrock was also very good. But this one, Scotty Alter, this was the one I was saving for. I haven't gotten her yet. I don't think I'm gonna get her either. I can probably pull like one more 6-star operator if I actually tried. And I don't feel like trying because I lost all hope. As much as I mean, if this was before the banner came out, like right here, but I mean, it's technically not her fault. It's technically Waifu's fault for showing up and ruining my god-forsaken luck. You know what? Yeah, I'll keep her up there, but oh my gosh, the experience in the banner right now is just, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I actually want to die. Whatever, we're gonna just keep it there. Alright, yeah, that's all of them. I'm not gonna rank the operators from the Cornelian event yet, since her event's not out yet. And I don't know much about them, and I don't like to spoil myself for the CN content. Unless it was a rerun. But yeah. Again, if you don't know why I put all the male operators in one area, it's because I hate them all now. Because any center male operator is bad luck. Any operator in this tier is mainly bad luck in my eyes. Indifference, kind of meh. Kind of like. is it's a mixture of like operators like I'm on the fence and liking and really like. I think Great Connection is like a specialty where like I think it's a lot on lore, but it also is like on my personal behalf. Love and Reason for Living are kind of like the wife or like the Arknights waifus. The reason why I even play this game, probably. But yeah, this is not 100% accurate. It's probably going to be changing in like the next couple of days, especially if the Scotty Alter banner decides to screw me over even more by giving me like I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't even want to say anything. But yeah. Sorry if I offended a lot of your guys' favorite operators. This is, again, very opinion based, so you could totally disagree. But yeah. I think that's it. Again, CC content's coming out really soon. I don't want to, but I'll record the rest of my summons, and that'll come out after the banner is over. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little bit better video that is like way less like on the side of me being horribly crapped on by RNG. And yeah, CC videos come out very soon. Hope you all are ready for that. I hope that you all are ready for CC Spectrum, since that is actually since that is set to come out set to come out after the Undertides event happens. We're probably gonna get a Twitter announcement once it hits November, so be ready for that. Alright, that's gonna be it. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all next one.